I am definitely in the mood for something fun today, and I hope that you guys are too. Today we're going to read If Roast Beef Could Fly by Leno. Let's see what this one's all about. When my dad decides to make something, he always calls it a project. Fixing the car is a project. Cleaning the gutters is a project. I'm ready for my next project, he told me one spring day. This means he's finished the winter car project, even though there's a lot left to do on it. The great thing about working with my dad is he loves taking things apart. He just doesn't always get around to putting them back together. This summer, we're going to have the greatest barbecue ever, Dad announces. No more charcoal, no more lighter fluid. We're going to build a patio deck and get us a rotisserie. I smile. I have no idea what a rotisserie is, but Dad sure is excited. Come on, son, grab Bruce. Let's go to the hardware Supermax store. The little hardware store in town was never good enough for the projects Dad wanted to do. No, we had to drive 60 miles to a giant superstore because everything my dad and his side of the family did was big, even dinner. My dad's side of the family is Italian. Every Sunday we have 400 pounds of meatballs, half a ton of spaghetti, and a swimming pool's worth of sauce. Okay, maybe I exaggerate, but compared to my mom's side of the family, my dad's side is extravagant. My mom's side of the family is Scottish and thrifty. They like to save everything. When I visit my mom's sister, Aunt Nettie, she makes me hear of idea of a great snack. It's a can of warm soda and a dry biscuit called a scone. She doesn't look too happy. She keeps soda in the cupboard because in her mind to refrigerate even one can would somehow quadruple the cost of electricity. When she opens the cans for me, there's always a long wheezing I say to myself, warm flat cola. For my dad, everything has to be the biggest and the best. That's when we get to the store. Dad starts giving orders to everybody. Okay, we need 500 bricks, 200 pounds of cement. Son, you tell the clerk about the rotisserie equipment. We want the biggest, most expensive rotisserie ever made, I say to the clerk. I still don't know exactly what a rotisserie is, but I wanted the best, just like Dad. Dad and I couldn't fit everything we bought in the car for the ride home, but Hardware Supermax guys said they would give us free delivery. In fact, they said they would follow us home. Look, here's the car. And one truck. 2 trucks, 3 trucks. Dad is very proud we have everything we need for the project. Unfortunately, when Dad does a project, he always winds up making more work for everybody else, especially Mom. When we drive up, Mom and Aunt Nettie shake their heads in unison. Oh, the waste, they sigh, the waste. The delivery crew finally unloads everything. This is what it must have been like watching the building of the pyramids of Egypt. I hope our patio won't take 500 years. Pretty soon, the whole neighborhood gathers in our backyard. In my neighborhood, everyone is an expert. I'm sure the patio will take twice as long to build if Dad listens to everybody's advice. Weeks later, we're just about finished with the patio, except for the lights, the storm drain, the fence, and the steps to the backyard. We do, however, have a really neat dirt path. I realize the summer's almost over and we haven't had our first barbecue yet. Don't worry, son, said Dad. We're going to have the best end of summer barbecue ever. Mom and Aunt Nettie deliver invitations by hand. No need to waste stamps and envelopes. At last, the night of the big party arrives. In my mom's eyes, if there's anything worse than wasting money, it's showing off, which is something my dad and I love to do. What better way to show off than making a grand entrance into the party? Ta-da! Unfortunately, I do not realize that the banister is so steep. I begin to pick up speed at a tremendous rate. It's a good thing we bought too much cement, because look, he landed on a sack of cement. Dad is in too good a mood to let my little stuff bother him. He helps me up and smiles. Look! There, Aunt Nettie and Mom bringing out the biggest roast beef I've ever seen. Bruce is jumping up and down in his awkward way like a rag dog on a trampoline. The neighbors fall silent. Dad flicks the switch on the rotisserie. So that's how it works. In less than a heartbeat, the roast beef begins to turn on the spit. Ooh. Ah. Everybody watches the meat roasting. Dad goes inside to help Mom serve the different tons of food brought by Dad's family. I'm all alone with the roast beef. Boy, does it smell good. For me, this spinning roast beef is an amazing spectacle. Juice is dripping. Fat is sizzling. This spit is making little metallic ee noises as it turns. I can't take my eyes off it. I'm dying to taste the roast beef, but how can I do it without anybody noticing? Then I get an idea. I reach deep into my pocket. I pull out my secret weapon. It's just long enough to reach the top of the meat in the rotisserie. I stick it into the churning roast beef and get a little bit. Ugh, with a comb. Delicious. I look around the patio. Everybody else is inside waiting for Dad to tell them the meat is ready. I do it over and over and over again. Instant roast beef. Then the worst thing happens. My secret weapon gets stuck in the string that Mom has tied around the roast beef to keep it on the spit. I can't pull it loose. The roast beef keeps turning. I have to let go of my weapon. It's slowly melting into the roast beef. I don't know what to do. Suddenly, Dad decides it's time to bring the roast beef inside. The backyard is dark. Everybody is hungry, even Aunt Nettie. We all sit down to watch Dad carve. Oh boy, he shouts, a new patio, a new rotisserie, a beautiful day. Dad starts to slice the roast beef, and, uh-oh, he looks scared. Hack, 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 hack. He can't eat the meat. The dining room is silent except for he can't cut the meat. The dining room is silent except for the sound of the knife. It sounds like Dad is sawing wood, but I know it's not wood, it's plastic, Dad shouts. A big chunk of my comb falls onto the plate and goes clank. The meat underneath it is all pink. Dad starts breathing hard, and it looks like he's about to explode. What is this? He bellows. Very quietly, I whisper, it's, my secret weapon. What's your secret weapon? He roars. It's my comb, I say. Your comb, he says. Dad picks up the roast beef like a football and throws it out the window. Everyone just standing there, mouths open, stunned, or maybe just hungry. Look, Aunt Nettie says as the roast beef sails through the air. Out of nowhere, as if in slow motion, as graceful as LeBron James going up for a rebound, Bruce leaps across the sky and catches the roast beef, gently cradling it in his jaws before gliding back to earth. For some reason, Dad is smiling. That dog never caught anything in his life, he says, undefeated. Everybody, listen. Inside the house now, we have more than 400 pounds of coleslaw, 8 tons of macaroni, and all the salad you can eat. As everybody finishes the main course of potato salad, Dad gets that old project gleam in his eye. He's looking at the rest of the backyard. I have our next project, he says. We have all the cement left over. What do you think about a swimming pool? I see Bruce starting to dig the hole already. That's the end. Pretty cool, guys. Have a great night. Love you. Hope you don't have potato salad for supper.